one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story is brought to us from CBS News, where a North Texas man is suing the Dallas police officers who arrested him during a 2022 incident at a parking lot where one of them struck the man's feet over 100 times with a baton, body camera footage shows.
Cedric Cheeley begins talking to Police Sergeant John Matthew Martinez.
There's a whole lot of police out here, like, good Lord.
Yeah, somebody called, said somebody was shooting a gun.
I ain't heard that.
I think it was a fist fight. Somebody thought maybe something else.
Well, I think that. Thank you. I stay across the street. I'm like, I can walk home.
It's better for you to walk home. You don't want to drive. Don't drive home.
I'm all right.
Well, you don't want to drive intoxicated. That's too many police out here. You might go to jail.
Who intoxicated?
Huh?
Who intoxicated? Me?
I mean, you wouldn't want to chance it.
You gotta prove it.
Okay, then chance it.
Ain't no chance. Like, you have to prove I know Constitution and all that.
Cheeley and Sergeant Martinez debate over the law.
It's just a yes or no question. It's either yes or no.
When I was talking
right now.
You over talking me.
Right now.
Fine.
Okay.
Because if you put ankles on me,
No more.
kidnap.
No more.
It's
Either yes or
kidnap.
no. You go home or I take you to jail.
What crime I committed?
Okay.
Come on.
Turn around, put your hands on your back.
Yeah, what crime I committed? What crime I committed?
Public intoxication is what you're under arrest for.
I ain't committed a crime.
Also on that scene, Sergeant Jesse Rodriguez. His body cam captures the incident as it unfolds.
So get the paddy wagon. I can't walk. Get the paddy wagon. I'll wait on it.
Cheeley, who says he's a comedian, tells officers he has pins in his hips. 2 minutes later, as they walk him toward a police car,
Oh, you gonna play this?
Cheeley hits the concrete.
Get him.
2 Dallas police sergeants and 2 officers try to get a 6'6", 325-pound public intoxication suspect off the ground.
You're going to go to the county jail for resisting if you don't sit up, okay?
Police say Cheeley made his body dead weight, which they viewed as resisting. Remember, this started off as a calm conversation at a sergeant's squad car. It has now become an intense situation heading to the back seat of a police car.
Cut the camera on. My hips don't work like that.
You're going to go to jail.
Cut the camera on. My hips don't work like that.
He told officers about his hips nearly 25 times. Cheeley also mentioned bilateral hip surgery. He claims the pins in his hip make it difficult to sit in spaces like the back of a police car.
Told y'all.
Still, police put him in the back of the car,
Oh, God.
cursing and screaming. After officers put him in, they let the back window down, giving Cheeley his shoe. Cheeley says due to the space and his leg condition, he stretched his feet out of the window. As police searched his belongings, Officer Shaw tries to push the man's feet out of the window back into the car. Sergeant Martinez comes over with the baton.
Watch out. All right. Get your foot inside, man. Get your foot inside. Get your foot inside. Get your foot inside. Get your foot inside.
Why you hitting me?
Because you won't put it in. Put your foot in.
You ain't got no right to hit me.
And put your foot in. You're not
You have
listening.
no right to hit me.
I do.
No, you don't.
You're not listening.
No.
You want to cooperate or
You have
not?
no right to hit
Do
me.
you want to cooperate or
You
not?
have no right to hit me.
You're going to cooperate. I need you in the car. I need you in the car.
Who are you?
I need you in the car.
Hey, what's your name?
I need you in the car.
DPD's Internal Affairs says Cheeley's feet got struck 133 times. Police leadership gave Martinez a written reprimand. The other 3 officers got reprimanded for taking the man to jail with his feet hanging out the window.
Put your feet in the car.
Quote, painful. I have damage from being beaten, which is going to last me for the rest of my life. It's not going to go anywhere, he said. Now, Darrell Washington, representing the 47-year-old man, said Cheeley came to him to seek legal remedies for an incident they described as excessive. Darrell said it was not the type of resistance that rose to the level or rises to the level that would justify that level of force being used. Now, CBS News Texas reviewed police reports from the incident, documents from a Dallas Police Internal Affairs investigation, and a body camera video Dallas PD released through an open records request 6 months after submission. In the body camera video, officers arrived at the parking lot where there were groups of people but no active shooter or shooting. In the video, Martinez called over Officer Adnan Shah. Another officer, Randy Roden, also walked over. Shaw tried to explain to Chile that it was much safer for him to walk home. After more discussion, Chile finally agreed to walk home, and Roden thanked him. Quote, "He doesn't understand because he's so intoxicated," says Martinez. Chile walked back to the scene, unaware that in the video Martinez told other officers that the way to teach people like Chile a lesson is to arrest them. There's one of those cops. Just arrest him. The footage shows officers complying with that suggestion. Are you willing to go home right now and not come back? It's a yes or no question. It's either yes or no. Are you willing? Roden asked. 9 months later, an internal affairs investigation revealed the officers wrote about everything that happened at the scene except the use of force. Dallas police leaders gave all 4 written reprimands for transporting a prisoner improperly. Martinez, who Dallas PD leaders say was the supervisor, allowed Chile to get taken to jail like that. The police sergeant was also rebuked for the inappropriate use of force and for failing to complete what DPD calls a response to resistance report. Internal Affairs said he hit Chile 133 times. None of the other officers got scrutinized for leaving the baton strikes out of their police report. Quote, "And the reason why that report is so important, because we get to see what was this officer's reasons for hitting somebody 133 times, says Attorney Washington. He goes on, because when you complete that form, you have to explain why you use that type of force. Now, on January 17, 2023, Martinez signed off on the written reprimand, marring his police record, which included 41 commendations. It's hurtful. Tried to read it and make me mad. It makes me frustrated, says Chile. A week later, Assistant Police Chief Michael Ego, now interim Dallas Police Chief, intervened for 3 officers who were reprimanded for improper prisoner transport. His letter states, after careful review of the investigation and related videos, it is my decision to rescind the chain of command recommendation. Now, according to Dallas Police Department documents, Shaw, Roden, and Rodriguez faced no penalty for the incident. Washington said it was hard to believe none of the other officers stepped in to stop the feet thrashes. He said, I would like to know what the chief of police thinks about one of his officers hitting somebody with that baton 133 times. Eddie Garcia, who was the police chief at the time, upheld Martinez's infractions. Dallas PD declined to comment due to pending litigation. The real thing to point out here is, you got this guy. Maybe he was intoxicated publicly. Maybe he was causing a scene. Who knows? But this police sergeant strikes him 133 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even going to count to 133. But what's really interesting here, 2 things. One, they didn't include the use of force in their police report. Huh? Kind of left something out, did you? And 2, none of the other officers stepped in. After 75, 76. So you think one of them would have went, yo, Sarge, you're approaching 80 strikes here. Come on. No, of course they're not going to do that. Because cops don't step in when other cops are acting bad. They go, I don't see nothing. Because you don't cross your fellow cops. Oh no, don't step over that blue line. Huh? Or you'll be ousted. That's how it is with cops, man. And I'm sorry. I know I'm cordial with some law enforcement officers. I know some that are good people. But when you see a cop who's acting wrong, and you know he's acting wrong, and you don't step in and say something, or say something later to your supervisors, you're just as wrong as they are. Just as wrong. Because you're complicit. On my job, when I see a coworker treating a member of the public wrong, I'll email my supervisor. I'll say, you know what, this kind of made me uncomfortable. I don't like this. But as well, when I see somebody go above and beyond to help a member of the public, I'll say that too to a supervisor. Hey, you know what, so and so really did a good job. That person left very happy. But cops, baby, you don't cross that thin blue line.